Hello, good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, ATL By Night, Chapter 5, Rude Awakenings. Let's meet our vampires.
My name is Leona Rohr, and I am playing Thomasina Elena Cuesta.
Zachary Vaudo playing Anton Krovopuskov.
Brittany Trambauer-Smith playing Melisende.
My name is Tyler Sutherland, and I'm playing Aaron.
And I'm your storyteller, Ellie Collins. We have a little bit of housekeeping to start with. First, this week we're trying out a new setup in our studio, so thank you for bearing with us if there's any hiccups. Also, this Thursday, June 4th at 5 p.m. Pacific or 9 p.m. Eastern, tune into twitch.tv/tablegoth for the next installment of the No Kindred Hungry, a charity Sabbat live stream benefiting Move for Hunger. It features storytellers Steve from Vancouver by Night, Elijah from Chicago by Night, Bully from Tablegoth, and myself, as well as special guest Shane Easton of LA by Night and Denver by Night, and hosted by our guest storyteller Matthew Webb of Jackalope Games. Also, with the current status of the world, we hope that we can provide you with just a couple hours of escapism and entertainment to recharge for the fight ahead. For information and resources on how you can help if you're having trouble finding any, you can check out atlbynight.net. We have a section at the top labeled Resources Against Darkness. So please stay safe out there, take care of each other, and remember that Black Lives Matter. Now, let's sit back and tell a vampire story. Welcome back. Now, when last we saw our coterie, Thomasina had returned to the group safely from the firefight at the King and Queen building. There are still many questions about that night that have to be accounted for, and the coterie is still in the middle of a quite heated discussion. After a wellness check from officers, Aaron revealed that he had made a blood deal earlier that night. The blood smells like licorice and has a grainy aftertaste. Not trusting it or Aaron's hunger in the moment, Anton locked him in the cellar storage. Aaron has now consumed the blood and felt a wave of sorrow and empowerment. So now let's return to the coterie. Aaron, how are you feeling?
You said my hunger was down, my wounds were gone.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel any other lingering effects?
As of right now, no.
I'm going to take a few moments to make sure nothing else pops up. I don't want any surprises for when they open up. Hopefully, sometime soon.
Okay, and you are still in this pitch black cellar.
Yep. I'll give it a few moments before I try to see around anything, but for right now I'm just going to soak it in.
Okay. All right, and back to the group discussion at hand.
Up top, once I've pushed him into the cellar and closed it, I am pulling out lighter and some paper, and I am doing a ward against canites on the lock of the safe that Aaron put the blood in.
Okay. All right.
I am down on the ground with my ear pressed to the door to try and hear anything, 'cause I don't have any senses. But I'm trying really hard to see if there's any, scream, if there's any banging, if anything I shouldn't be hearing any inconceivable
Are you pretty quiet
sound.
down there?
Yep.
Aaron? All right, Mel, you have finished your conversation with Falcon.
This is exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
She hung up and I'm still here. And I'm outside, so I'm just gonna stay standing against the brick wall for a bit.
Okay.
5
Outside.
successes
5 successes?
on ward against K-Knights.
Okay.
So now the lock can only be touched by me. Even though I can't open it with whatever code it is, it can only be touched by me.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna just pace and start counting seconds in my head.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
We don't know what's going on down there. We have to give it a moment.
I'm gonna decide to enter now.
Okay.
And I'm going to I'm gonna open the door, lightly open the basement door, walk trepidatiously and slowly down the stairs.
Mel, I need. Can you hear anything? I can't hear anything.
You and I have the same senses, hon. There's not much I can do more than you can.
I have heightened senses up, but I imagine I don't hear really much through the floor.
No.
No.
He's just kind of chilling.
And I'm going to go to the couch and sit down and just bury my head in my hands.
He's still quiet down there, but give at least 1 minute. We're almost done, and then I open up. I just don't want potential of what might happen. I don't even know if a minute is enough, but it's got to be something. Mel, you can. I was eavesdropping. You can chew me out later on behalf of Falcon.
Hmm? Is everything okay?
I told Falcon she had to come here, and she apparently did not take that very well. That was last I heard before Mel walked outside.
Awesome.
But
Two
yes,
people we're not hearing from.
I was not thinking clearly. Obviously, I'm very out of sorts.
Aren't we all?
And with a minute up, I'm going to go over to the door, and I'm just going to lean and go, and I'm going to call at the trap door. I'm opening door, and I'll unlock it and open it up.
Okay.
Just look down.
Everything's fine. I feel great. I feel sated.
What else?
Damage-wise, I'm healed from when we tried to get Tilly out.
How sated are you?
Content. No,
He sounds calmer.
What do you mean nothing? Like you're just calm nothing or nothing?
Usually there's, a little pit, a little aftertaste. This just came and went faster than it usually does. Can I come out? There's no ladder.
Yeah.
There's no...
I'll open up the filing cabinet. I'll pull out that rope with the hook on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hook the rope onto the handle of the filing cabinet because it's pretty heavy, and just toss the rope part down to him.
Okay. You gonna climb up?
Yep. I know it's still untested, but this could be a good thing. We give this to Cyrus, and he'll have an arm by the end of the week.
Do you think that he would take strange blood from illegal giver, no matter how much it helped you?
I can't answer for that. I do know that I put us back a lot. You've helped with a lot of not just investigation stuff, but just being there. And I'm sorry I put you in such a weird spot. I didn't say anything or hurt you, did I?
You did not have the chance.
You didn't tell Alpha, did you?
No, I refused. I did, however, not in full detail. I told Falcon that something was wrong with you, and she is not happy with how I addressed it, and it seems that Mel may have taken the brunt of it, possibly. She should not be chewing you out for this. This is what I did.
No. Your lack of etiquette is the least of our worries.
There is more?
Maybe not so much for you, but certainly for me.
Do you have to go?
What has happened?
You know, I've been a silent part of a lot of the creation of many communities, and I've had the opportunity to influence and negotiate and persuade so many things. And I never had to be the person with whom the buck stopped. And that was intentional, obviously. We can't be that person. We can't be that public. We can't be that powerful, I don't think. I think it's bad for us to have that sort of power. And yet, here we are in this Renashri Camarilla where we're without a leader and we have to find one. And apparently Falcon thinks that should be me.
You are the Brujah nomination for Prince.
Whoa. Prince?
This is how this new Camarilla works. The Primogen or somebody from a clan nominates a candidate, and if Falcon was on the phone with Mel, it appears that the Brujah have selected a nominee.
I thought it was like a step up thing. Like Falcon would put herself up, and then Mel or someone else of equal caliber would step up to Primogen. I didn't know it would
Somebody would
track.
have to nominate Falcon if that were the case. Mel could have nominated Falcon, but it seems that Falcon got the drop on her.
Oh. No, wait. Okay. There's a target on you, and a big one. I don't know how many people are aware of it now. But this is our chance to change things right here. I know. It's, as far as the power aspect goes, it's a little bit of a trip. Always a bit of a trip. But you're already not alone. You already have someone who is ready and willing to make sure that Alpha doesn't touch another goddamn thing.
Unlike you, I don't want this power, Thomasina. This is not good for me. This is not good for us. It should not be me. It shouldn't be Alpha. It should be whomever the community thinks is best, and it can't be me.
And when did you last see a leader? When did you last see a leader who wanted to be the leader? Who was good at being the leader?
Well, I certainly saw one who wanted to be, and he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Exactly, which makes it different. And for what it is worth, you are not the leader yet. It will, in fact, as far as I can tell, be a choice of the community. You are simply a name.
We'll mean some different things over at in the newsroom, though. But whatever. I'm tickled.
Very excited.
I am.
I haven't lived this long for this. This is not how it was meant to end, and I don't see much of an alternative. I'm not gonna be the prince. I don't want to be the prince. And the only other alternative, when things get ugly, is for me to not be anymore.
I understand that, and this, as Anton said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be prince, but this...
But if I'm not prince, then I'm not. We might think an election is going to be clean and easy, but between now and then, it's going to get worse, and people are going to die. And I wasn't ready for that to be me.
It does not have to be you.
You've got us. You've got Falcon. You've got at least part of the city behind you already.
You have the Brujah clan as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so certain that everybody is on board with my nomination.
I do not know this for certain, but you all seem, at first glance, much more tighter knit than many other clans that I know.
I also know that this may make things more difficult for you.
Do I need to leave the room?
I don't know.
No.
Go back in the cellar?
No, because
Okay.
he will already know.
He cannot do anything to you. He cannot do anything to you and stay in line with the intent of this document.
He hasn't really bothered to stay in line so far.
The people who would know this are anybody who is a part of the current Permingen Council that is still with us and their respective leaders. That obviously means that Alpha knows.
Okay.
As far as how I intend to operate, which you weren't asking, but I'm going to tell you anyways. We're still the shepherds. We still have a job.
Sure.
There's still a document out there that could bring upon us much more bad than good if it's not dealt with. And I will withhold the tenets of this document to whatever extent I'm capable and continue to help the people in this community. That's all I can do until I can't do it anymore.
That is what you normally do. You are a woman of woman of convictions, and you stand by your word, and you help the community through whatever they need.
And not just your own. You mean you help everyone we've contacted so far. You helped me. You've helped so many of the lost child that we've found already.
And you do have a better grace with most of the Permingen that we're trying to find as it is.
It is no secret you are the more eloquent and better forward-facing of us all.
And
Yeah.
diplomatic to boot.
Well, I don't have any idea what to anticipate other than we now are at greater risk, and I'm sorry, I didn't intend for that. I didn't ask for it. I begged her not to, but this is not a thing that I can turn down. So we're going to go about our business. We're going to figure out where this mysterious, weird blood came from, and we are going to make sure that this community does not burn to the ground in the absence of a real leader. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about that blood.
Let's talk about that blood. I have his number. We can call him up. We can shake him down.
Your dealer?
Oh, goodness.
I would hesitate to contact him directly again, personally,
It's starting to approach about 4 a.m.
because if he is also the reason that the police showed up here, then immediately going back to him may prove more dangerous.
If I can make a suggestion,
Yes.
you bought the blood, the police came. We are making assumptions that the police are somehow involved in this blood situation. You are directly involved with the police, are you not? I think.
Yep.
In
Perhaps.
fact, he's their cutest one.
Oh.
Is that what they said? That they were going to send their cutest one?
I asked them to.
What time did you ask them to send their cutest one?
Storyteller, what time did I ask them to send their cutest one?
They were probably there around 1 a.m.
What
Right.
time did... I was more asking what time did she tell them to come back?
Around sunrise.
So we will. She asked them. She said to come back around sunrise, and they said they would send their cutest officer, which means that they have apparently asked Aaron to come back at sunrise. So I would say, so long as you're able to check in.
Hey, hold on. They're asking Aaron to come here at sunrise.
I said their cutest one. Why would I have expected this?
I appreciate that we are stroking his ego, but they're sending Aaron when the sun is up.
Yeah, we get that.
Yes, which means we will have to find a way for him to text back that everything is good.
They seem to think that Aaron needs to come when the sun is up.
Which
Why wouldn't
means
they?
as long as he is able to tell them that he is on his way, that he's been notified.
Do you really think they think... I'm sorry,
They don't
Aaron.
need to observe it. He
Do
just
you
needs to
really
call
think
in.
they think that he is the cutest one of the force?
I think they think he's the king.
I personally am wondering why they are sending a forensic to do a police check.
I'm personally wondering why they're sending specifically him during sunrise. I don't know. That seems really suspicious to me.
Obviously, there's a few guys on the force that have a crush.
Regardless of all the potentiality, as you said, I'm...
Is there any way they could know that you're kindred?
I'm not the most subtle when it comes to our lifestyle, but I have been in Atlanta for a few years and haven't ever had to make a day call.
Between the suspicions here and the unfortunate way that I will admit, panicked and attempted to handle the police as they showed up, all of this may wind up being a secondary concern. I am concerned as to the state of my Athenium and its safety.
They already sent you a message saying that they wanted you to come back around here around that time. Is there any chance that you could make an early call and say that you were in the area and you made a call and everything seemed fine and...
That's simple enough. They know I work late, so I can just say I swung by early in the morning. This can be something we pass over. And if it's not, we'll wake up tomorrow and it won't be as small as we thought it would.
For some of you guys, for the drive it takes for you to get home, you're going to need to leave soon.
If you would mind, I think that we may be running out of options unless you have a way to send a late text message. That may be what we have to do. And I may have to consider other options for this. We maybe should not meet here next time we meet.
Nope.
My place is fairly secure.
And you can add wards to her domicile?
There's one.
I can do what I can. We may need to be a little bit more free-floating until I can set up something else, somewhere else, or maybe I can see if this blows over and I was overreacting. I don't know. My business has to stay here, but everything down here is going to have to be handled.
All right, well, I'm going to go.
Okay.
Everybody needs to go home.
Yes, go home.
And we will reconvene when we all are awake next.
We'll figure it out.
Until then, let's just...
Might be worth laying low for a little bit.
Yeah. Let's just hope the... Let's just hope the APD doesn't know about their kindred fellows.
Anton, I don't want to take that blood back to the compound. I know it's not the safest thing to have anywhere, but can we just leave it here instead of bringing it back to our only safe haven?
We can leave it here.
Do you have to go back somewhere tonight, Aaron?
I would like for everybody to be not here, including myself.
Right.
Please.
All right, well, I'm going to go upstairs, go get into my car, and go home.
Yes.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Everyone's
Aaron,
heading
if you
home?
would, please.
Yeah, I'll see you girls sometime tomorrow.
Then we go upstairs and get in our cars and go home.
Yep.
Okay. And so the ladies have headed home?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, I acted harshly during this. I need you to understand that over the past several hours, you have had your own set of 3 strikes. You have violated the second tradition of the Masquerade. This is my domain. And Ranashari or not, the word of the person whose domain you are in is what goes. Threatening us, making these demands, this is not in line with the tenets of Kindred Society. You have potentially endangered us with this blood. We do not know anything about it, but without consulting us, without mentioning it beforehand, you bought very suspicious blood and came here with it when we have the ability to provide for you and feed you. And this could potentially be excused if you had not made very clear that you were more concerned with maintaining your supply and not having to use me when it's not needed. You have violated my domain, you have violated our safety, and you have violated my friendship.
Do you need to just scrub me out of your wards? Would it be safer that way?
We are shepherds. We still have a city to maintain, and we still have Primogen to find. But as you gave me the courtesy of not having me out at 3 strikes, we will see where this goes. Go, please.
Okay. I'm out.
Okay,
And
I'm heading home.
And I'm going to sit on the couch and cry.
Okay, you do have only a few minutes
Mhm.
before you risk sun.
Yep, I'm gonna sit on the couch and cry. It's still gonna take me about 20 minutes to get home. If I only have a few minutes.
Well, you have a few minutes before you need to leave.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna spend at least a couple of that just crying.
Okay.
And then on my way out, I'm going to text Harrison that I'm going to need some help over the next few nights with inventory.
Okay.
And then I will head home.
Okay. And so everyone goes home, and you go to sleep. And taking a couple days to yourselves to reevaluate everything. We get to a few nights later, and let's see here. Anton, can you please roll me your humanity?
Four out of 7.
Okay. Thomasina, can you please roll me your humanity?
Three out of 5.
Mel?
1. Oh, no, 2. 3. Oh, sorry. Can't see. I got 3. 3 out of 6.
And Aaron?
A few critical successes, so we'll call it for 6.
Okay. Aaron? A noise wakes you up, but it's still dark, or at least it appears dark. But you can't really move. Your body's not really responding as it normally does. Please make me a rouse check.
Success.
Okay. And we'll pause there. Thomasina and Anton, please both roll your humanity again.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 5.
6 out of 7.
Anton, you're woken by rumbling and shaking. You're in darkness, but your body is sluggish and not responding as well, please make me a rouse check.
Success.
Okay. Thomasina, please roll your humanity again.
Two out of 5.
Okay. Mel, if you could roll yours as well.
Those are rookie numbers. You gotta bring those up.
Also, rolling, I'm going to move all of these off and roll them in the thing, because doing it on the tablecloth was very deceiving. All right, come on, girls. Oh, goodness. 5 out of 6.
So, Mel, you're woken up by your phone pinging repeatedly from multiple text messages coming in rapid fire.
Okay.
Your body is sluggish. You're in your bed, but you're just not really getting up quite as you should.
Okay.
Thomasina, can you please roll your humanity again?
2 critical successes.
That's like 7 out of 5.
7 out of 5.
You're awoken by a loud bang, and you're thrown, realizing you are sealed inside of a box in pitch darkness. You can't do much but lay in the container you're in, and your body is not responding well.
Oh, no.
Please make me a rouse check.
Good. Sorry. Stuck in a box part. Sorry.
There's another slam, and the container that you both find yourselves in is thrown again.
What the fuck is this?
Are we in the same container?
No,
Okay.
we were in separate containers.
Anyway.
And you begin sliding from side to side at random intervals.
Oh, no.
Mel, do you want to make me a roll to try and force yourself to get up?
Yeah.
Roll your humanity for me again.
Jeez Louise. Pour all these bad boys out. All right. Y'all pray to all the non-gods you can here. 3 out of 6.
You're able to move just slightly. Is your phone nearby?
The blue phone would be on my bedside table.
Okay. You're able to grab the phone. It's the blue phone. And open it. And you have 27 text messages from Elijah.
Do I have the wherewithal to read them and move my fingers enough to look at them, or no?
Not quite yet,
Okay.
but as you look up, you do see from the edge of a curtain in a faraway room a faint sliver of daylight.
Okay.
Aaron, would you like to roll to try and wake up more?
Yes. So that's 3.
You are able to move your hands just slightly and feel that around you, very tight to your person, is steel on all sides.
Can I make a willpower roll to, I guess, extra effort my sense or awareness?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, roll me your willpower.
Uh, 3.
You get a little bit more awake.
Okay.
You can move a bit, but you are in a very tight steel box, and it is very dark. Thomasina and Anton. Around you, gunfire starts. But it's muffled by your surrounding containment. But it's definitely gunfire. Another slam, and your container is thrown again. This time thrown much harder. Whatever caused this slam happened right next to you.
Can I move my hands?
You can roll to see.
What am I rolling?
Willpower.
3 out of 3.
You can move your hands a little bit.
Okay. Does it feel like? It feels like steel?
Steel all the way around.
Can I bring my hands to my face or no?
No. You do not have the room to pick up your arm.
I'm super claustrophobic and this is giving me the creeps.
Not
I'd like
good.
to press my hands on the box, and I'd like to see you touch the box last before I wound up in it.
You can't.
I can't. I can't touch my hands to the exteriors or not the exteriors.
You can't will that power out of yourself right now.
Gotcha.
And after a few minutes, the gunfire dies down, and then it picks back up. Higher caliber this time. Larger sounds. The shots are louder and louder. A couple stray ones sounding quite close to you.
Is there any way that do I have enough, can I do a willpower check to see if I can, like, I don't know, just kind of
You want to try and move?
shake the box?
Yeah, move your box?
Yes.
Yeah, make me a willpower roll. That'll be kind of a high roll to move that much.
Yeah, I know. One critical success. 2 critical success out of 4.
Okay. Yeah, so 4. You're able to scoot it just slightly. It's quite heavy.
Great. Okay.
And the gunfire is still going. High caliber, and you can hear yelling coming from not too far from you.
Is it muffled? Is it still like really loud?
It's muffled, but it is close.
What temperature is the box at? Like, it's metal. Is it cold or is it hot?
It's cold.
Okay.
I'll risk the pain. I'm going to turn on heightened senses to see if I can hear anything more clearly or if it deafens me from the gunshots.
You're going to have to roll me willpower in order to do that.
All right. 5 successes.
You can't heighten your senses at this time.
Well, we got 5 willpower.
Aaron, are you trying to do anything? You do not hear what they are hearing. All you know is silence.
I'm going to knock on my box as much as I can, just 1, 2 on the side.
It clangs, and you hear a muffled voice from far off go, "Shut up."
Okay. I'm going to try to will myself back to sleep. I don't think I can do anything at this point, and it doesn't seem I'm in danger.
Okay, so you want to go back to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly easy to do.
Okay.
Just a little bit of focus, and you do go back into sleep.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna yell and, like, can I yell?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can yell.
Alright. I'm just gonna yell and scream as much as I can and just jostle inside of it. And just go
Anton,
real.
you hear Thomasina's muffled screaming and yelling.
I'm still yelling. I'm just gonna keep yelling.
I'm going to assess. Just going to wait and see what happens.
You can hear Thomasina screaming.
I swear to God, if there's not one person in here who lets me go right the gut. Oh my God, let me out!
And then there's a loud clang, like bulk hitting metal, followed by the sound of something snapping and breaking before a loud clang is heard off in the distance, and you're sliding fast.
All
And
of
in a
us?
few, the two of you are sliding fast. And in a few seconds, you land hard against a surface, still within your container, tightly. And it's warm. Your container is warm.
No.
And it's getting warmer.
No.
And there's the sound of tires screeching and a crash nearby. And following it, you hear a muffled, distant voice yelling, "Not so fast!" And then the heat is gone, replaced by cool, deep, enveloping darkness. Darkness more than you've ever felt. And The sounds are now muffled as you are still within your containment.
Are there still gunshots?
The gunshots have stopped. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything. In fact, if you could breathe, it would be difficult.
I imagine the voice wasn't very clear that yelled.
No, it sounded like a far distant echo. And then your container begins to move. And the muffled voices around you are yelling at each other to move quickly. The sounds of metal scraping on concrete echo within it, all around you.
I'm gonna yell and just say, "You do know someone is freaking in here, right?"
No reply.
Open the fucking container.
No reply, but Thomasina, you now do hear Anton's voice.
Okay, no shit. Oh, brain is doing nothing.
And
okay.
you are still being pulled.
Okay.
And then your body feels a brief moment of weightlessness and then a hit as your container crashes after a long drop. But it and you are uninjured.
And it hasn't cracked open at all?
No.
I'm really nervous about potentially saying his name. I mean, it's a good bet that whoever got us knows who we are, but I am not wanting to say his name just in case. Just in case.
Okay. Mel, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to read the text messages.
Okay. The text messages say, all of them say, the second the sun goes down, come to the house immediately.
Okay. Well, since I can't really move very well, I'm just going to have the phone in my hand and lay in the bed until I can see the light.
Are you going to go back to sleep?
No.
Okay. All right. Now for Thomasina and Anton.
Yes?
The voices around you return. And then there are metallic snapping sounds that begin to happen in sequence around you. After some yelling and grunting, your container is forced open. And there's Elijah, along with two of the other thin bloods you've seen in the school. They're disheveled, bullet holes through their fine waistcoats. Their white, pristine fabric stained with blood. Elijah looks filthy, his normally perfect hair, a complete bloody mess around his face. He just says, "Oh, thank God they didn't stake you. Get up, we're going now."
Where the fuck are we?
I'm going to try and reach and grab for Elijah. Do you want to tell me why you didn't just fucking call?
Talking's a waste of time. Get up, be grateful, and let's go.
Okay.
Both of you are going to need to make me willpower to get up and stand.
How many is yours?
5. 4, sorry. Two out of 4.
3 out of 5.
Okay, you're able to force yourself up a bit. And able to at least stand. The other two thin bloods come to your side to kind of take an arm and help you walk. And you realize you are in the sewers. And you are being led through the sewers. Elijah staying about 10 paces ahead of you. Furious, bloody. And eventually you hit a little bit more of an open maintenance area. And Elijah takes out his pocket watch and looks at it, groans in frustration, and just flops down on a nearby surface, for the first time having to have little regard for how filthy it is down here. And he just gestures to the two other thin bloods to help you guys sit down. We've got another half hour before we can leave. We gotta wait.
Where are the others?
I don't know.
Do you hear anything else just down the way?
I'm gonna try to do heightened senses again.
You are still gonna have a penalty, but you can try.
Penalty, or am I rolling willpower again?
Roll your willpower to see if you can do it.
All right. 3 out of 5.
You're able to kick it on,
Okay.
and you just hear the sounds of the sewer.
Just water.
Okay.
Were there other cases like that, or?
Not that I know of.
Well, that's what my first time in a coffin I didn't want to be in. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to behave a little bit around humans, if you wouldn't mind. You better be grateful that was a fucking country road out there just now, or I wouldn't have been able to do a damn thing and you'd be with Aaron right now.
What humans do you think I pissed off?
What do you mean with Aaron? You said you didn't know where the others were.
I don't know where he is.
But you know where he isn't.
He's not at his house. He's been taken. Second Inquisition is all I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
My contact within the police department alerted me and told me where I could find you, but it's too late to get him. Mel's safe. Seems she's home and asleep. They didn't know she was a part of it.
Is it just him? Do they have Cyrus? Do they have the Permenter?
I don't know. Why do I look like I know? I just came to save your asses.
Well, you knew where to find us.
You look like the person that knows more than we do right now.
I got a tip.
From?
The cops. It was the fucking cops the whole time. They're Second Inquisition, my God. And you just let them into your fucking haven. And paraded around another kindred in front of them. What in good Lord name above did you try to use your powers on them? They fucking knew.
As far as anyone else tends to know, You asked.
It's called rhetorical, sweetheart. I came to protect the two of you, and I don't want lip, and you're very capable. I don't need an explanation. All I know is it's happening, and they knew, so congrats. All three of you have now been labeled blank bodies. The lives you had before now, gone. Gone. And we're going to have to get you to a safe house because whatever you had before doesn't exist now. It's over.
Well, school's out for summer anyway.
Mel, it is now finally sundown, and you're a bit more awake now.
Okay. Can I get up and move about as I normally would? Okay. I will text Elijah back on my way getting dressed with immediately following text message. Should I call to get a should I call for 411 question mark?
You just get a thumbs down emoji.
So I will throw on what I wear every single day now, which is a black leather jacket, and throw my hair up and get in the Prius and roll on down to the good old mansion.
Okay. Aaron, sun has gone down. You have woken up naturally now.
It's, can I get a better look now that I have more sense about me?
First I need you to make me a rouse check.
Oh boy. Success.
Okay. You can see that around you is pitch blackness, and you can feel the same metal you felt before.
Can I use, or try to use, Eyes of the Beast to just make some effort to see in the dark?
Funny you should say that.
Like that face.
God bless. Oh my God.
So, as you try to kick on Eyes of the Beast, your sight becomes even better than it was before. It's like the darkness doesn't really exist for you right now. And you can see all around you a perfectly welded steel box.
That's weird. I want to... It's welded. Probably not going to have much luck. But I want to kick on feral weapons.
Okay.
And start clawing my way out.
As you attempt to claw it, are you clawing it with both hands or one hand?
We'll do one hand.
Please take 2 aggravated damage.
I'm gonna do Defy Beast to convert that into a superficial.
Okay.
I think it's a mechanics wise. It's I can do it on a reflex, so it's wits plus survival to make sure it works.
Okay. Roll that for me, please.
3 successes.
Okay, so you
Okay.
do successfully convert that to superficial.
Sweet. I'm going to start pretending as much as I can that hurt way more than it actually did.
Okay, trying to make some noise.
Yep.
Okay. Someone comes over and you feel a heavy slam against your box. I said shut up.
Hello? What's going on?
No response.
All right, you just talked. I know you're out there. Do you have a name? Do you have a...
Shut the fuck up, blank.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay. That's really rude. I don't know why you would say that.
No response.
All right. Now you're just... I could start singing. I'm terrible at singing. You had, it seems like, a good 12 hours all to yourself. You must be really lonely right now.
Your box begins to move. It's being slid.
I'm trying to stay away from the edges again.
And then you feel a slight give under you, and you feel the uneven movement of your boxes now being carried.
All right, shutting up now. Just take me where you want to go.
After a couple minutes, you are brought to a room. You hear 6 unlocking sounds around you, and then a very heavy steel door shutting and locking.
Is it more muffled around me now? Am I able to hear anything outside the box? Great.
But you did hear unlocking sounds around the edges of your box.
Okay. With my not hands, so knees and shoes, I'm going to try shoving against the bottom of the box.
It's heavy, but it pops open, and the lid pops up.
Okay. I'll shimmy up and out as best as I can.
Okay. And so you come out into a room that is perfectly spherical. There are no cracks in this room, except for the large steel door, which is surrounded, no cracks, and there is extremely bright fluorescent light surrounding you. And you can now hear some distant screaming from outside the room.
Okay. This is not good. Up to the door, I'm going to just start banging and wailing, just trying to unlock it as best I can.
No effect.
Okay. I'm going to start, this is going to hurt again, clawing out the door.
No effect.
Oh, this is better. Okay, getting a little cramped in here.
The room is roughly 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to, since I can see in the dark now, which is weird.
Yeah, this room is uncomfortably bright. Okay. It's really hurting your eyes right now.
I'm going to, if I can't jump up and claw and reach them, I'm going to take a shoe or a belt or something and try to, one by one, knock out the lights.
They are too high for you to get. But as you're looking for them, there is a faint movement from one edge of the room.
Movement, like a body, a person?
Potentially.
Okay. I look over there and hope they don't shoot me.
You see the figure of a person. Transparent. And they are about 4 feet off the ground.
Huh.
Hanging.
I'm going to
And they're looking right at you.
do my best to not notice them. And just try to keep looking around the room.
Are you going to turn your enhanced sight off?
No, I'm going to keep it up.
Okay.
But if that's what I think it is, I don't want them... I didn't even know they were real. I don't want them to notice that I noticed them.
Okay.
So I'm going to, again, pretend that people can hear me. Can I look around for cameras up in the corners of the room?
There are 3 cameras in the top corner of the room, though looking up at the lights is quite painful.
All right. I'm going to take a step back. Take a deep breath. And turn back towards the hanging person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying anything, but nightmares. Try to make eye contact.
You manage eye contact, and its head turns.
Okay.
And it just closes its eyes to look away from you.
Okay.
And that is where we are going to leave off right now. We will be back in a few minutes. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back. Now, Mel, upon arriving to the house, 2 armed guards are at the gate. Guns out, and one approaches your car.
Okay. I'll roll my window down.
Name?
Melisende.
Thank you, ma'am. Please proceed to the parking lot. The town car is ready to go.
Thank you, sir. I'll roll my window back up and park where I normally park.
And when you park and get out, you see a town car that's quite familiar to you from your past. It's a 1934 Cadillac V16 Phaeton. A classic for the time and a status symbol at that. It's very well taken care of, and you can tell that for there to be a car, not a carriage, Elijah really meant it when he said as soon as possible.
And I immediately get... I have no spidey senses or anything, but I start to feel something is wrong, and I send a text on the blue phone to the coterie as I am stepping up into the vehicle.
Nothing.
Just basically a question mark, and nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Not even a read? I can tell that it hasn't been read, is that right?
There are no read receipts.
That's right, okay.
Or as in you see that it has not been seen.
Okay. Whew, all right.
All right, so you get in the car, and you are driven to the back of the house, around the garden area, where Elijah is sitting at a table wearing just a house coat, pajama pants, and slippers. His hair is brushed, but it's not styled. And you realize now that you've actually usually seen him wearing makeup, because his skin looks a little bit darker than usual. He doesn't have his similar paleness to his mother. Many thin bloods don't have skin that appears as pale as death, but it seems Elijah has been using makeup to keep up appearances. You are let out of the car, and he waves to you and says, "Hello, Mel. Please sit down. The others are inside, but I wanted to talk to you privately first."
And I will approach him with purpose and sit as I am requested.
I'm to understand you were nominated by Falcon for Prince.
Much to my dismay.
Well, congratulations are in order. Your compatriots were taken by the Second Inquisition. They're compromised. Had to use those filthy sewers to get Anton and Thomasina back here in order to protect them. We have to move all of you to a safe house. Especially you. Your cover for CNN still remains. They don't know you were involved, but I would advise you to start considering finding new employment. Both for your safety and your friend's safety. Especially if you're potentially going to be Prince. Your face being on TV every night will be a beacon to this city and increase the Second Inquisition's presence.
Understood. However, I'm going to ask Storyteller. I know my backstory, but I'm going to ask you if this is correct. Have I been through a similar human finding me situation in my past?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is familiar to you. It's an inconvenience, but
Right.
It's not scary.
Right. Elijah, I appreciate your candor and how well you've taken care of the coterie, and if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know.
I'll have to, because you see, little Aaron's gone. Taken.
Wait, I thought you said they were all inside.
Thomasina and Anton are inside. My only guess is that he's probably at the Second Inquisition facility out in Conyers. Haven't been there myself, but Dodd got word of it from Cyrus earlier. We believe it's reasonable to figure he's probably there.
Well, I guess I have somewhere to drive to.
Not yet. We gotta learn more about it. First, we gotta get you all somewhere safe.
All right. What about these? And I will show him the blue phone.
Gone.
All right. And then I'm going to crack it in half and throw it down on the ground, stomp on it a couple times, and pick it up and pick up any pieces I can and stick them in my pocket so that they're not littering his ground.
He said Dot's already remotely wiped all the others the second I notified her. I had her leave yours on until you got here.
Okay.
You probably want to go inside and see your friends.
I would.
All right, they're in the lounge.
And I'll just nod my head, kind of bow to him, and shuffle my way into the home and into the lounge.
Okay.
Where I will find them in what state?
Quite furious, and sitting on the couches.
Were you being kept in the lounge, like monitored by somebody, or just sitting there?
Just sitting there.
Okay.
Elijah just brought you to the house for safety.
I'm
Clean or still covered in sewage?
Fresh clothes.
Okay.
Thomasina without her wig.
Well, I'm happy to see you two in one piece. They have Aaron. He's in Conyers. I tried to suggest that I go ahead and head over there now, but I've been told that we need to find a safe haven first. And it looks like we're here for now until we need to move otherwise.
Do they have a suggestion about what that might be? Because it certainly isn't any place we've been so far.
No, it's not, and this is unfortunate, but this is what happens.
It's never happened to me before.
Has it not?
You would not know that.
Okay.
But it has happened to you.
Okay. I'm sorry, I would have assumed you would have been through something similar in your experiences.
Make it a really big point not to lose control of my surroundings. That I have nothing. I've never been in that position before, believe you me.
Well, I think you have plenty. You are still your undead self. You are still here and whole. And you still have your coterie, presumably all four, still intact. And I have also lost everything. Anton has lost everything. And presumably so has Aaron. So right now, the best thing we can do is be there for each other.
Anton's barely here, let alone here with us. You, what have you lost? You seem fine.
Your anger is misplaced, Thomasina. I'm here to help in whatever way I can. My number one priority right now is that we can get together and get Aaron. Whatever that has to look like, it's what we need to do.
Why do we have to leave in order to get... Just bring him here. Where else are we gonna go?
He is being held at the Second Inquisition Center. And I don't think that they're just gonna mosey on over here and drop him off at the doorstep. You two... I don't even know. I didn't ask. But you're here. Somehow Elijah helped. And Aaron is not.
Do we have an idea of where to go after this?
No, I've been told that we have to be carted to our safe home first.
So they have an idea.
Of where we're going to be going? Yeah. I did not gather that he had a specific place in mind. And I'm gonna turn my attention to Anton specifically. Anton, are you here with us?
I need a white satin ribbon. I need mirrors, as many as I can have, small, so I can carry them.
Okay.
I need a knife. I need silver. I need anything that Harrison might have pulled from the Athenaeum.
Can you give me a couple of days? Can you give me a list of the things I can gather here?
I need a white satin ribbon. I need
Storyteller.
Small mirrors.
I'm gonna try and cut off the white that I have. It has to be satin?
It has to be satin. They won't tell me if there is any sort of storage for the Tremere to learn here, or if this is purely etiquette school. I don't think they have anything. I need a white satin ribbon. I need mirrors. I need a knife. I need a silver bowl. I need...
You faintly hear Elijah walking down the hall outside of the room, and you hear him say, "Okay, so that'll work? All right, I'll see you in 20. And he keeps walking.
Is there anything of his list that is in this home currently that I can take without damaging something?
There's a hand mirror nearby,
Okay.
But the rest of the ingredients you would need to look for.
Okay. What about in a curtain? Would there possibly be a white satin ribbon tied into one of the elaborate curtains?
These curtains are all damask.
Okay.
I need a knife. I need spiders. If we have spiders, I need silver. I need anything that Mathieu Harrison might have pulled.
I'm going
Athenium
to approach him and
before-
hold his biceps.
before
Anton.
this happened.
Anton.
I need my fucking supplies.
Anton.
Melisende.
We will get them. We will get them, I promise. We will get them.
I need them now. I need them now. I need to be able to
I'm
do
going
something.
to
I need to be able to do something.
engage awe
Okay.
on him.
Okay.
Grab him and tell him to look into my eyes.
I'm looking at her, but it's not changing how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, but you are drawn to looking at her and listening to her.
I need to find.
I will.
answers from- I
Listen,
need
Anton,
them.
listen. We will get you every supply that you need wherever we go. But right now, priority number 1 is to get to the next place safely.
No, priority number 1 is getting me my supplies so that I can find
Anton,
Aaron. I can't find him without any...
Anton, I know where he is. We are going to go to him. We are going to find him, and we will get you your supplies.
I need supplies to get in. I need supplies.
And before we get in, we will get you your supplies. But right now we have to move, okay? Right now we're going to have to find where we're going next. Hold it together right now. We need you, please.
And the information I might have had on them was in the Athenium, and I don't know if I even had it or if it's still there. I don't know if Harrison got it. I don't know if they have everything. I don't know if they were able to get in. I tried to move things. I moved some things. I had Harrison move some things. I hid some things. I don't know what they found. Don't know what they have. I don't have
Anton,
anything.
a young man enters the room, and he looks at you and says, Mr. Krovopuskov?
What do you want?
Yes, sir. I have a message for you.
From who?
From Mr. Harrison,
Yes,
sir?
what does he have? Does he have?
He says he was able to get most things, but his car, he's reading off a sheet of paper, his car was only able to hold so much, but if you give him another night, he can get the rest of it. Where would you like it? Do you want it delivered here, sir?
I want it delivered wherever we are going.
Okay, I'll talk to Mr. Elijah.
Thank you.
And he scurries out of the room really quickly.
And I'm going to let go and walk away.
I'm significantly more relaxed
And
now.
I'm going to go try to find Elijah.
Okay. There's students walking around, and you can see that Elijah is trying to be effervescent, if not just a little tired, in front of all the students, kind of trying to play it off, laughing to some of the students, playing it off like they're being too rambunctious today, and it's made him quite tired.
Okay.
But he is making a grand effort to keep up appearances for them to not know what is going on.
And I will do my best to do the same.
But he is just kind of in the foyer near the wrapping staircase, just kind of sitting at a chair next to a rotary phone.
Is there another chair near to him?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to take a seat next to him, quietly.
He sighs and just kind of nods and watches as one of the children leaves the room. Looks back to you and says, in a few minutes, we'll be able to move you all, and it should be a little bit better from here on out.
Can you tell me where we're going to be going?
A house. You're going to a house? I don't have all the information. I am intentionally not having all the information.
That is smart.
The only person who knows where you're going is who is picking you up. And I don't even know who that is.
Elijah, can you tell me what happened with the other two?
They were taken by the Second Inquisition. I managed to intercept the truck. I had to get them on foot. Big ass armored car. Pardon my French. Took some alchemy to get enough shadow coverage to get them into the sewer just in case, but they were trapped in steel boxes and we had to break them out and travel through the sewers until we had cover at night.
How did you know they would be there?
I got a tip-off. We have Kindred within the police department, and it seems the Second Inquisition have theirs within the police department as well.
Are the Kindred that are currently within the police department at risk?
No.
So
as far as we know, they are not at risk, but they also are kept on a need-to-know basis just in case.
So their cover has not been blown yet?
Right.
Okay. Well, they may not be as flourishing with their appreciation, but I certainly will be. And
they're hurting.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yes.
I've dealt with lost child are far more upset about their station than these two.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say I was a little disappointed about my change in life status, but I am just currently happy to still be walking the earth. So
it's not going to be easy for any of us from here on out. They have confirmed Kindred activity in Atlanta. And for some reason, they didn't kill anyone. It's normally their deal, you see, to just go in, cut off heads, and run.
Yes, I remember.
So why did they take them? That's my wonder. Why did they lock them in little boxes and try to haul them off out to Conyers? What's in that Second Inquisition facility that we don't know?
Something worse than death.
That I'm pretty positive.
Is it possible, Elijah, that the Primogen are there?
Doubtful. Talbot was the one who got rid of the Primogen. And I've received word from Mooney that they've all been located. But the Lestenbres presence was too strong, and that's why we needed, pardon the terminology, but we needed you all as collateral to ensure their recovery.
But they do think they'll be able to rescue them.
Yes, it seems Mooney just feels like there was a potential for loss of life to retrieve them, and werewolves are nothing if not pragmatic. So, where she deemed a potentiality to lose her people, she ensured a future for the rest of them.
I have another pressing question.
Of course.
Will those whose cover was blown, so to speak, be facing any masquerade charges?
There is no prince to charge them. And Alpha has chosen as the sheriff to not hold charges either. He only just woke up about an hour ago, so the text message was short, as he is, and he said he will leave this to be resolved, that they are too important to the cause right now, and that it is more important that we rescue Aaron than behead our own at this moment.
I currently have no way to contact anybody. Will we be receiving new communication devices?
It'll take Dot some time to work up new ones. But for now, no. You will need to stick together.
Well, all right then.
Aaron? What are you doing in your room?
I am going to lean up against the wall, slide down.
It's smooth and cold. No real corners.
I'm going to put my head in my hands and turn off my night vision for a while, just to rest my eyes.
Okay. The ghost disappears from view. The room is still bright, but it's no longer painful.
Okay. I'm going to take stock, just try to keep my eyes on the door. And when I'm ready, turn it on again and see if I see a ghost.
The ghost is still there.
Yeah.
And the lights are just as bright as they are painful.
Okay.
And the ghost is still looking directly at you. And you're sitting a bit closer to it now since you're not at the door. So upon closer inspection, you see it's a woman probably in about her 20s. Long black hair, dark features, dark eyes, black dress.
Is it noticeably human?
No.
Okay.
Not that you can tell. Something about her is not quite right.
I'm not sure if I assume I'm being recorded. I'm going to hum a little tune. No, snap my fingers a few times. And it's just going to be da-da-da-da-da, and I'm going to wait for the shave and a haircut response.
Okay.
Do I see any movement or hear any sound when she responds, if she responds?
She just blinks
Okay.
the two bits at you.
Hey, all right. Still creepy. Okay. I'm going to just try to keep my focus on the door and ask out loud. This is so weird. How long have... nope. Can I... Actually, with her outfit, is there a time period to it? Or is it more modern?
No, simple black dress.
Okay.
But doesn't look particularly old.
Okay. Out to the crowd, I'm going to say... No one can help me, can they? And I'll look to her.
No response.
Okay. I've got a few hours. Let me think this out. I've got a few hours before I'm under again. I'm still alive. This place looks really clean. I don't see anybody else in here. Does it look like it's been any scuffles, or is it pretty clean across the board?
As far as you can tell, it's clean.
I'm going to start getting up around the room, I still have my feral weapons out on one hand. I'm just going to start tracing around the circle of the room, just going along the grooves and seeing if I...
There are no grooves. The wall is perfectly smooth.
Okay. I'm going to start writing on the wall.
Okay. Are you getting near the ghost?
Yeah. So I'll stand up, pass through them to kind of get to the other side of the room. Not through them. Around them.
Okay.
Different outcome depending on what you do.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to just make a giant smiley face on the wall, and actually take a little bit of blood and just start filling it in a little bit, and see if
A
anybody...
sound comes banging on the door as you're doing this.
Sorry, there weren't any rules or notices. I just made myself at home.
No response.
Okay. I look back towards the ghost.
She looks terrified.
Okay.
She has looked terrified since the banging.
I need to get out of here.
A voice finally comes from her, very choked and strained. And she just says, "You can't."
I don't believe that. I have to get out of here. But I was in a... I can't remember how I got in. And I don't know how many are out there. I can assume one Grumpy Gus, and I can assume there's a few along with him, but... All right. I will go along to the steel door, and start banging louder and louder and louder into it.
All right. One of the times your hand touches the door, you feel a shockwave through your arm. Please take an aggravated damage at the electrocution you just received.
All right. I'll shout through the door. I'm here. I'm bored. You wanted to ask questions. Who talks first?
Was that to the door or to the ghost?
To the door. And I'm just going to scratch my chin and look back to the ghost.
She just goes.
Okay. I'm going to step back away from the door, keeping the ghost in sight, and I can't reach up. It's a ghost rope anyways. I can't cut it. I'm going to take a little bit more blood and see if touching through the air into the ghost has any effect.
You cannot touch her.
Okay. I'll keep that. How do I help you? Looking at the door, but more referencing the ghost.
Okay. No response.
Okay. It's a bad situation all around.
And she blinks.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be here a while. And whenever you guys are ready to talk, I'll be here. And I'll sit back against the wall.
Okay. Back to the others. So the front doorbell rings, and you see Elijah skittering towards the front door, hating that the bell's being rung. And he's rushing for the front door, just shit. And he opens the door and goes, "You could try being a little more subtle." And in walks Hex. And she is just all smiles going, "Ha ha! I'm the one doing you favors, so etiquette's out the window." She goes, "Where are they?" Says they're in the lounge. And Hex walks in and looks at all of you and goes, "Whoo! You guys look like shit. All right, let's go."
You alright?
I'll be okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
You're the one that's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, I got you guys some sweet digs. This is going to be great.
Harrison was able to get my things. I told him perhaps bring it where we are going. I do not know if this is a...
I'll get in touch with him.
Okay.
Get in the car.
You're okay.
Yes, we don't have time. Get in the car. I have to drive to fucking Kennesaw. Get in the car.
And I slap Hex's back and I follow her along the way.
And she is going to take you out to the car. And is everyone getting in?
Yeah.
I'm going to say a sweet, sweet goodbye to the Prius, and I'm going to put the title on the dashboard. I'm going to sign it and let Elijah do what he will with it.
Okay.
Turn to Elijah and thank you for this.
Please get out of my house.
I'll walk to the car.
Okay. You guys get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to roll for Hex's driving.
Jesus.
She is whipping and she is flying through traffic, clearly trying to make a hour drive into 30 minutes. She is rushing. And you guys go through Kennesaw, you go up the mountain, you go down the mountain, and hit a forested area, and then it opens to a clearing of easily the most beautiful home you've ever seen. The front is almost circular in shape, with tall Grecian-looking columns going around the front, brick staircases leading up to the front door. Just positively stunning, but it's quite in disrepair. It's discolored, ivy's grown up over it, the grounds are unkempt, it's mostly mud, little sparses of grass here and there. And the fountain, as it was, is long dried up and covered in algae. And Hex pulls up, slams on the brakes a little hard, you all jerk forward. She goes, "All right, let's do this. And I better hear some thank yous, because I found the nicest one we got." And she gets out of the car and goes up to the front porch of this mansion.
Just follow her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anton, will you please roll me Wits and Awareness?
Four. Mm-hmm.
As you walk up to the house, you do pass the mailbox. And across the top of the mailbox is the name Rossellini. And Hex walks up to the front door, pulls out a set of keys, clicks it open. She goes, "It's going to look like shit inside." And opens it up. And you guys are led into a stunning Grecian-style foyer with a circular rotunda in the middle, tall columns, 2 staircases spiraling up to a top floor. But the marble is cracked. There's some plants that have started growing on the inside of the house. It's been a while.
Is it climate controlled?
As much as it can be. A few of the windows have broken.
But there is a central AC? Okay.
It just might need some repair.
Okay.
And Hex says, I know it kind of looks like shit, but it's big enough for y'all to get away from each other. And it's really pretty. I tried to think of you.
Bless. By the way, is there any place in here that's light tight?
Oh, of course. There's a whole fucking basement.
Oh, okay.
The point is, this house has been empty for 18-ish years, I think. We kind of keep track of everything that's empty on the real estate market, so we can use it if we have to.
About 18 years, yes.
Yeah, about 18 years. Somewhere around there. I know it's been in the database for 18 years. Might have been empty before that. But we have a database of empty houses. It helps when we need to move, when we got to stash some things, where I got to put my extra servers. But they said you guys needed a house. I checked the database, and this was what I had, so I figured... Didn't Falcon call you guys like the Avengers or something? Here's your Avengers Tower, Wayne Manor, whatever the fuck.
This is fantastic.
Picked a very interesting place.
It's empty. It's been empty for long enough. Nobody should find you guys here. And the people tracking you, or the ones that had you, are dead, and my windows are blacked out. They don't know you know me, so...
I'd like to turn on Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
Because I'm remembering... I'm connecting some things. 2, 3... 6 successes.
Okay. You do not see anything in this room.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it on as we move.
Okay. She walks you through the house and says, you guys want to see upstairs or downstairs? Or basement. I guess the basement's more pertinent.
I kind of want to see the basement.
Okay, but like, look at this. And she like points up, and it's cracked and it's faded, but there is a beautiful cherubic mural along the entire ceiling of the foyer. I just thought that part was cool.
As we're walking, I'm not... Hey, Hex, do you know if we're going to have any communication abilities outside of this home?
Right now, no. See, we kind of had to destroy your phones, which means I get the wonderful new job of building an entire new encryption system. I know I sound like I'm being pissy. I'm just a little bit. I'm kind of excited about it.
Okay, well...
And then we're going to go find the little one.
I can help you again if you need.
No, I think you've done enough for right now. I think you guys need to lay low until we know where Aaron is and how to help him.
Are we able to go ahead and get in touch with Harrison? This one's still a little withdrawn.
I'll make sure he gets the address.
Safely, yes.
Yes, of course.
Please make sure that they are not following him if he is going to and from the Athenaeum still.
No, we have contacts in a real estate agency.
Are there blinds in this home, Storyteller?
There are thick, heavy draperies.
And they are covering all the windows currently?
A few of them.
Okay. And as we're walking, I'm going to make sure that I draw the curtains in each area that I can.
Okay. And so are you guys heading down to the basement or through the mid-level?
I'd like to keep walking through the mid-level,
Okay.
even if they split off from me. Just keep walking and just looking with...
So walking through the mid-level, you do find a dining room with beautiful baby blue walls with Rococo styling, a long dining room table with a couple heavy chandeliers, long broken, but still hanging.
All right.
It appears like this house was frozen in time, and then time has begun to take it.
So someone was a big Louis XIV fan. Okay.
Where are you guys walking next?
I'm gonna keep, like I said, even if they break off of me, I'm gonna keep circling and just see what is up here, both
Okay.
surface level and if I see anything.
So there's a kitchen, very nice marble kitchen with its own clear glass room full of bottles of wine. Still a lot of bottles of wine in there.
I'm going to go try the tap.
It works.
What kind of wine? Anything identifiable? Location? Where it's from?
Expense.
Expensive. Very expensive.
Are we looking at some older auctioned off kind of bottles?
A couple. And then there's a couple, 1870 Burgundy.
Shit.
Is there a refrigerator?
Yes.
I'm
But
just
the
look-
refrigerator is off.
I'm looking to see if there are vineyard names or anything that might indicate where any of this wine came from.
They're a little bit all over. Some are Italian, some are French.
Okay.
I'm plugging the refrigerator in wherever I can find a plug.
There is no power as of right now.
Okay, so we're in total
And
darkness.
Hex sees you doing that and goes, "Oh, no, I'll have electricity on probably tomorrow."
Are we being led by her with like a flashlight or?
No, there's enough moonlight
Okay.
with the curtains that are open
Okay,
that you can still vaguely see.
I see.
Are there dishes left in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm. There's even a couple still in the sink.
Gross. Is there a china cabinet that's got separate pieces
Yes.
or okay?
There is an actual armoire china cabinet with plates, gravy boats, serving dishes, all with a gold embossed cursive R. And then there is a second cabinet with a heavily detailed G.
There's a lot of money left in the wine. And there's a lot of money left in here.
Could you please hand me one of those plates?
I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of the R embossed plates to hand to him.
Okay.
I want to touch it, and I want to activate Spirit Touch.
Okay. Can you remind me of that one?
Spirit Touch, I will be able to see the previous owner, and
Okay.
then things like cause and effects around them, and then determine your difficulty level, and then by however much margin I succeed as a previous owner or previous circumstance
Okay.
that goes with them. But I should be able to know a variety of things about
Okay.
who owned this and what happened. I do not get hungry at all. And then 1, 2, 3.
You can just kind of hear Hex musing as she's walking around. She's just like, man, I should have been in Atlanta back then if I could have gotten a house like this. I live in a fucking high-rise.
I'm gonna burn a willpower since I've reset since the past story.
And instead of trying to plug stuff in now, I'm just
Right.
picking up wherever I can. Just picking up stuff.
And I'm gonna go towards the wine cabinet to actually start picking bottles up and looking at what's there.
They are quite nice. Some of them have been drank, some of them not.
So there's just some empty kind of commemorative bottles that someone's left.
No, they all at least have some wine in them.
Gross. Okay.
Huh?
3, no, 4.
4.
Yes.
So as you hold the plate,
Mm-hmm.
you see a gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
black hair, thick beard, but it's very neatly trimmed.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Antonio
Antonio, what?
Rossellini.
Mm-hmm. And any circumstances around him where he is, etc. Before we go backwards.
Dead.
Dead. Well, not like current circumstances, like circumstances related to who he was.
That's all you know.
Okay. So, dark hair, beard. Did he look anything distinguishing or anything off about him?
Nope.
Okay.
Human.
Human. Interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna take one of the bottles that I think is a pre-1920s original region Malbec, and I'm gonna just kind of bring that with me, and I'm gonna want to show him. And so there's a bunch of pre-blight wines in here. I mean, we're talking collector's items that would have been. This is money. If this place has only been here for 18 years, well, empty for 18 years that we know of, this is a lot.
I'm gonna touch it and do the exact same thing. Just put my
Okay.
hand flat on it.
Okay.
This is not the Storyteller, just for reference, my reference. This is not the home directly on Old 41, right? The
No,
green
no,
one
you
with
went
the-
very much out of your way for
Okay,
this one.
okay. So I have it in my head that I'm looking at this house, you know, but...
I do have a link to a real world home that you can look at.
Okay,
after this.
great.
This one is 6 successes.
6.
Yes.
Antonio Rossellini.
Okay.
You get the same look.
Okay.
And you get a sense of fear
Okay.
and running
Mm-hmm.
and then death.
Okay. I have no idea what the difficulty level is, but every point of success is a previous owner past Antonio Rossellini as well.
Yes.
If that doesn't apply, then that's fine.
Yeah, that doesn't apply.
Cool.
These were all purchased by Antonio Rossellini.
Cool. Okay.
And so would you guys like to continue walking around the house?
Yeah.
Where would you
gonna-
like to go next?
Go upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the bottle on the dining room table.
Okay. And so you're going to go upstairs?
Yeah.
I still have Sense the Unseen up, and I'm just looking at
So as you go back to the rotunda to go in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
you can see between the staircases. And if you guys could make me, all three of you, a wits and awareness roll.
Add to that, 'cause what I got.
Well, 3 out of 5.
6.
6, 3.
2 out of 4.
Okay. So as you guys look back, you see that the back seating area, which is high windows, the windows are busted out and the floors and walls and glass are covered in blood.
Fresh blood?
Old blood. It's stained, but the splatter pattern gives it away.
Hex? It's been on the market, you say, for 18 years.
Yeah, people don't really want to buy a murder house.
Yeah.
Oh. That explains it.
I get that beggars can't be choosers.
Just don't go near that blood then.
I'm already halfway over there.
Of course they are.
Old lady died in my apartment. I see her every morning.
And if Hex or nobody else is stopping me, guess what I'm doing with the blood?
Yeah, no, what did the old lady die like that?
I don't know. I just know my apartment's haunted.
I mean, magic erasers work wonders. It's not the
There need
first
to be
time-
real magic erasers in this case, though.
It's just some blood.
8 successes, spirit touch, criticals.
Okay, and how much of the blood are you touching?
I'm just putting my hand flat onto like one of those stains. I don't know if it's mixed with other people or whatnot, but I'll see what I can find.
You get Antonio Rossellini.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta get the names.
Okay.
Giorgio Rossellini
Okay.
and Elena Giovanni. And they are all human.
But I know the name. They're both those names.
And how much did you roll again?
8 critical.
Elena looks familiar, but you're not sure why.
Okay. I'll just stand back away from the murder scene.
How bad was it?
They are all dead. And I
You only know that Antonio is dead.
fine.
That's the only one you got a definite reading on.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Sorry about that.
Nice. Possibly the owner of this house is dead. And I have a good idea of who that owner is.
Oh.
Familiar names. I was trying to look for some sort of lead on the Primogen. I was gifted a name, but I am now not so certain that it was connected to what I was seeking. He tends to work mysterious like that. And it a lot has happened. I was was very flustered when you all came over and the series of events. I've completely forgot where I saw the name. The name of the owner of this house, Rossellini, I found in one of my books that I had salvaged from the Sabbat.
Storyteller, does that name mean anything to me?
How long have you been in Atlanta?
Yeah, I need to figure that out too.
It's been a while since
Same question for me as well.
Yeah, because you guys have been like in and out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I think
we
I've
have.
been here since the 60s, though.
I've been here I've only been here since 72.
But Rossellini does ring familiar.
Okay.
You know that there was a super rich family, wine collectors. They just sort of got really private after a while in the late 80s, early 90s. But that's pretty much what you know about the family. They were just the rich weirdos.
The name Rossellini that I found was in one of the books that I salvaged from the Sabbat. That was in my Athenaeum.
Did it feature heavily?
I did not see it. There was simply a list of names, and Rossellini was one of them. But there is another name in this blood of particular interest to me and to us, and that is Giovanni.
Storyteller, does that name?
As in Clan Giovanni.
That name is familiar to the both of you.
And I do not assume that this is coincidence.
Okay. Well,
And at the mention of Giovanni, Hex leans back around from the staircase and goes, "Excuse me, what?"
Your safe house has been visited in the past by Clan Giovanni.
Gross.
Extremely.
Let's go upstairs.
okay.
There may possibly be more to this house than even Hex knows. I do not know. We shall see. I'll walk upstairs with Sense the Unseen still turned on.
And I'm going to just stay as we're walking. We're really going to need a lot of magic erasers for that.
And I'm going to go upstairs as well.
Okay. And so upstairs there are 2 hallways. Which one would you guys like to go down?
Oh, it's this kind of a day. Okay. I'm going to say left.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Democracy.
So heading to the left, you reach a master bedroom with a beautiful mahogany 4-poster bed, each post a Roman column. Beautiful deep burgundy and gold window drapings, a chaise lounge in the corner, a fireplace in the room, and above the fireplace a painting of a family. A husband, a wife, and a child.
Anybody recognize?
They are who you saw.
Okay. All of
And
them?
are you all 3?
Okay.
And are you all looking at the painting?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We're all looking at the painting.
If
Aw.
you guys could make me, what shall we call this? Let's call this,
Tell us everything's fine.
This is a Scooby-Doo episode, guys.
let's call this, wits and we'll say streetwise.
Jesus Christ.
Great, I got 5 and nothing. How many do you
I
need?
need 5.
Get you.
This is for recollection, and that is a difficult stat in vampire.
Oh.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5?
I got 1?
You got
Yeah.
1. I got 2.
So there's a
Out of
lot
2.
of a lot of dust
No.
on this picture. So it's difficult to make out.
I'm gonna reach up and start dusting it, if I can reach it.
It's a little taller than you.
Do you need,
you can dust off the face of the child.
do you need a boost?
Sure.
Just,
Okay, so you're just gonna
I'll just
boost.
interlace my hands.
So I'm
Boost her
just
up?
gonna, alright, gonna,
So dust off the face,
Mm-hmm.
and all three of you could make me a roll of composure.
Just composure?
Just composure.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, this is getting real Scooby-Doo now.
Nothing.
2 of 3.
2 of 2.
I lose my shit.
The woman, who you presume to be Elena Giovanni, is Mooney. And that's where we're going to leave off for this week. Thank you guys again so much for joining us. Remember to check out our website, as well as the Black Lives Matter official website for ways that you can help our world during this tumultuous time. We will see you next week. Good night.